Assalamu alaikum guys, Bilal Sayeed here. Welcome back to another YouTube video. And I guess the reason I'm doing this video, it's been a long time coming, to be fair. I've been wanting to do this video, but this time I have an actual reason to do it. Very recently, whilst I was in Fez, unfortunately my hard drive went bust. As you guys can see here, it's out of its shell, but the hard drive went bust. So unfortunately, Iceland, Madeira, Spain, Turkey, Kenya, Lebanon, everything was just wiped out. I lost everything. Even Dubai, I went Albania. I've lost all of it. It did sort of dishearten me a little bit because I literally lost everything I've created, and it kind of put me in a position where I thought, what's the point? What's the point of me even doing all this if I'm just gonna lose it one day? And of course it's my fault. I should have backed everything up, don't get me wrong, but it did dishearten me a little bit, and I had to just remind myself, why did I start in the first place? Why am I still doing it? Why do I still have to do it? You know, and it kind of pushed me to make this video to remind myself why I'm doing it. So as I'm speaking to you guys, I'm speaking to myself, why I started, how I started. And you know, by the end of this video I should be able to remind myself that things like this shouldn't bother me, things like this shouldn't affect me, and you know, there's new memories to be made starting from this video. So I'll be able to share this moment with you guys and also answer the questions that I frequently get asked. And one of those questions is, how did I start? I guess the route to that answer is, it starts from when I was a kid, really. You know, as a kid I was always creative, and I would express my creativity and my ideas and my thoughts through art. That art could be in any form, could be in any medium. That was drawing, that was poem writing, story writing, fashion design, graphic design, so many aspects of creativity that I delved into as a child. And growing up, you sort of find your niche, you sort of find something that you're more compatible with. And for me, growing up, it was always visual arts, so drawing, photography with my phone camera, for example. It was videography, creating videos and editing them into little compilations. And that carried through till about secondary school. So secondary school, I took art as my creative subject, which I studied into GCSEs. But during secondary school, I started a YouTube channel called Bass7. Bass7 is basically my initials and the number 7, because I was a big fan of Ronaldo, still am. And what I used to do is I used to literally get football highlights of my favorite players, and from their best pieces, best performances, I used to clip them and compile them into a video edit, which I'm going to show you guys on the screen right now. This is just a brief example of what I used to do, and it did really well. It got me a sort of work experience role in my school, where I created a video for a careers department, and that sort of kick-started my interest in taking videography a bit more seriously, because I understood there was a need for it in my area, in my locality, in my city. And I also understood that it's very lucrative as well. As a kid, I understood this. This channel did rack up nearly 5,000 subscribers, so it did really well, and I knew that I could just capitalize off this eventually. Bear in mind, I was using clips that I didn't record, so the next step for me was, I want to record my own videos. I want a camera and I want to make my own videos. So I begged my mom and I asked my mom, please could you get me a camera? That's all I want, a camera. And God bless her, she got me one, thankfully. And she got me a Canon 750D, if I'm not mistaken. And with that camera, with the kit lens, I took the initiative to go out and shoot weddings. I used to go out and have photo shoots with my friends, meet people, meet creatives, social gatherings, social events. We used to just go out there, make connections with models, make connections with other photographers, other videographers, which got me into some line of charity work, got me in line with some fashion work, fashion brands, some other influences. And it really just helped build my confidence and helped build my skill. Fast forward, I'm in college now, so you're probably wondering what I took as a A-level. I took graphic design, I took photography, and I took English literature. I specifically chose these 3 subjects because they were all in the creative field. Graphic design was a very key aspect to my career because it gave me those skills, those Photoshop skills that I needed to build my business, brand my business, market my business, but also help brand and market other businesses, which is what basically my job is, mainly through photography and videography. But graphic design helped a lot, and graphic design opened my ideas, opened my creative thinking. And then English literature, because it helped with my creative vocabulary, you know, what words to use in certain situations, what words would express better emotions. But also it also helped with my vocabulary when it comes to speaking with clients. You know, my English is better than it was. It helped with business skills. And then photography, and surprisingly, believe it or not guys, photography helped me the least. Completely opposite, and you'd think otherwise, but photography as an A-level subject, you're not really learning about photography. You're learning more about the history of photography, previous photographers' work, and what that work emulates and what it signifies. Pathetic fallacy, basically. And for me, that wasn't really photography. I wanted to go out there and shoot my own thing. And don't get me wrong, we did at times, but it was very, very theoretical. Photography isn't theory. Photography is practical. Photography is go out there and shoot yourself, go out there, express, capture, emit emotion. And I guess that's kind of why I fell in love with photography, because I could do that. But like I said, photography wasn't really, as an A-level, it wasn't really something that benefited me. Like, yes, we learned about shutter speed, aperture, ISO, all these things, but you can learn that by just doing it yourself. So throughout college, I was taking bookings, I was taking birthday parties, weddings, I was doing shoots with random people, and that sort of built my skills. That sort of built my confidence with the camera. I learned what each dial meant. I learned about prime lenses, focal lengths, depth of field, subject, rule of thirds, all these things I just learned through doing things. Now the next step after college is uni, and I knew I didn't want to go uni. I just knew I didn't need it, because I wanted to pursue photography as a career, and I'm a very privileged kid to have known what I wanted to do as a career, because most people don't know what they want to do as a career until they're in uni or after uni. Some people even do a degree and choose a career completely unrelated to that degree. I didn't want to be that kid, because I knew what I wanted. I wanted to do photography. So why go into university if you don't need to be taught photography? You just need to go out there and do it yourself. And I was pressured. I was really pressured into going uni, but I decided not to. You know, I went against everyone. My parents, my teachers, my friends. I said, no, I'm not going uni. I'm not going to spend £9,000 a year. I'm going to make £9,000 a year. And that was the mentality that I had forth, and that was a promise that I made to my parents, is I'm not going to spend £9,000 a year. I'm going to make £9,000 a year and learn about my career. And that's exactly what I did. So to all of you out there in college or secondary school thinking about pursuing photography as a career, you do not need university. That's the good news. The bad news is you need to work hard. You need to go out there and put yourself in scenarios, put yourself in social gatherings, put yourself in uncomfortable situations so that you can boost your confidence, you can boost your skills, you can become better, you can make those connections that are going to make you money ultimately, and make you the best at what you do. And that's exactly what I like to think I did. I didn't go uni. Instead, I started taking photographs of anything and everything. I approached businesses, I shot weddings, was getting paid for these weddings, and I invested in my equipment. So I went from the Canon 750D with a kit lens to a Canon 750D with a 50mm 1.8 prime lens. And then from there, I made the leap to the mirrorless Canon EOS R6. But this is a process of making money and reinvesting, making money and reinvesting, making money and reinvesting to become better at your craft, to then buy another camera, to then buy your tripods, your gimbals, your drones, everything funded through hard work, funded through practice makes perfect, essentially. And that's my journey. The question I have to ask myself is why? Why did I start? Why am I doing it? Why am I still gonna do it? And I guess the truth is, like I said before, I want to capture emotions. I want to capture what I see, and I want to express what I see through photography, through videography. Recently, being on these charity trips, I was able to capture reality. I was able to capture the other side of the world that people don't get to see. And when I show it to you guys, you can see what I saw. You can see raw emotion, reality. You guys will see my perspective. So the emotion that I've captured, I'm able to emit. And that is the constant cycle of photography and videography, where I want to capture emotion and emit it back and express it. But also photography puts a smile on people's faces. It puts a smile on my face when I see a good picture of me, for example, or a good picture that I've taken. It puts a smile on my face. It makes me happy. I want to post it. I want to share it. I want to and it's the same with clients. When you capture their wedding, for example, or when you capture their business and they see the end product and it makes them happy, that sense of accomplishment, that sense of you've done a good job, and their sense of happiness and contentment makes it all worthwhile. That's kind of why I should carry on. That's kind of why I like it. That's kind of why I probably will always do it. It's a reason to motivate me back into it. I guess that's the reason why I do it. And I hope that inspires myself watching this and you guys to carry on. And that's that, guys. That's the end of the video, I guess. I do hope you enjoyed. If you did, do leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new to the channel, and comment below your thoughts. Why do you do photography, or why do you do what you do? Thank you very much for watching once again, guys. Take care. Assalamu alaikum.